Hello, my courageous, captivating Capricorns. Welcome back. As you know, I'm Sachi the Scorpio, and I'm here to deliver your guided healing tarot for the month of November. Please like, comment, and subscribe. The more energy that you send to me, the more energy that I can send to you. And Capricorns, we are second to last for this segment. So if we get the likes up, your next video is coming sooner for the next segment later in November. So what popped up in the cleansing ceremony for me was peaceful among thorns. And this came out for a couple other signs this month for this segment. And what I'm getting from this is that there has been some sort of imposition where you have felt the need to remain peaceful and kind of act like nothing is happening while you're being, dragged through a field of thorns. Like when someone is putting a thorn in your side, yes, you can maintain this peace and ignore things that are being done to you to hurt you, to prove like I can keep my peace, and what does the body do? It internalizes that, right? You become a transmutation machine of taking bad things from the external world and having to, digest them emotionally or spiritually through your body. And there has been this energy of like, I have to remain peaceful no matter what happens to me. And this is what is being cleansed in your life right now. We have the Knight of Water, which is Piscean energy. So the Knight of Water, knights are usually moving forward, right? This knight stops and he is stuck in some stagnant water because the water's so deep, right? It's that Piscean endless depth of, we are all one type of, really deep emotional feelings here. So there have been some sort of emotional stagnations that have settled inside of you because these emotions are so deep, and there, for some reason, you just wanted to remain peaceful no matter what. And, that is where it's at. We have the fairy type energy coming out. So fairy type can be like, when this came out, I associate it with the crown chakra and downloads. So you might be getting so many downloads. We're about to hit the Taurus full moon, in less than 24 hours of when I'm recording this, and the energy is so dense. And Capricorn, you have been going through so much the past year, right? All those retrogrades were in Capricorn. The eclipses were in Capricorn and Cancer. The divine masculine and divine feminine of the zodiac, that, there's been a lot of balancing out and a lot of redos when it comes to Capricorn energy, with Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto retrograding most of 2020, and it shows in our world, right? So definitely tons and tons of downloads have been coming to you. Your crown chakra is very highly activated, getting ideas from the universe about what you want to do, and very high level thinking is what I'm feeling. But also fairy type indicates deal-making relationships. So this is one-on-one, I do this, you do that type of relationships. So it looks like this kind of feeling has been happening in your relationships, where part of the deal has been, all right, I'm just going to keep the peace. And it looks like that has caused some pretty big emotional stagnation. So Capricorn, happy Scorpio season. I am a Scorpio. So this is my Scorpio season special. What we are going to do is take a look at what cycle you are stuck in. We'll take a look at what needs to die in this cycle and what needs to be rebirthed from it, right? Because Scorpio season is all about the cycle of death and rebirth, of transformation, of, alchemy, of taking something and transmuting that energy into another form with the shamanistic principles that Scorpio teaches. So this is really a huge transformative time. Like I said, we have the Taurus full moon coming up on Samhain, on Halloween, and in 2020, right? When else would it be? So use that energy to really release anything that does not serve you, because Taurus is that fixed earth, things that have been very, very stagnant. It's really time to let go of all of this energy that you have been holding on to, of all this hurt that you've endured while needing to maintain peace, maybe because you needed to feel strong, you needed to be the rock for somebody else. Whew, Capricorn, you guys are taking me. All right, let's see, what cycle is Capricorn stuck in? Yeah, stuck. Sacrifice. Yes, you've been stuck in this sort of sacrificial mindset that you have to sacrifice this to get love. You have to sacrifice, you know, fun to work. You have to sacrifice your work in order to have anything else. Whatever it may be, there has been some sort of mindset that is really, you know, however you were taught that you had to consistently sacrifice your own well-being in order to maintain a peaceful environment is, you know, not good. For some of you, I'm really feeling that this has caused some health issues because, you know, when you are, you know, sacrificing your outer peace or your inner peace to have outer peace, then the inside starts taking that emotional energy, that water, and starts, you know, acidifying it and making it sick, right? And I mean, okay, let's see, what's this cycle? The King of Fire coming out stuck. So we have some Leo energy coming out stuck. This is high energy, you know, the highest form of divine masculine when it comes to love, lust, passion, intensity. So this is also my black magic card, like doing, I mean, this is the shaman, you know, but like he definitely, it's my black magic card. Okay. So there definitely some sort of, you know, getting stuck and like needing to constantly sacrifice something, right? Like, you know, this shaman, you know, kills an animal and uses that animal spirit in order to, you know, embody it in a hunt or something of that nature. You know, it's very much this transmutation in a respectful Native American way, you know, but it still is, there is, you know, it's like having, you know, love, to get lust, to get passion, you know, anything like that, that it has to come at the sacrifice of your own needs, right? And this is Leo energy. So that has to do with, you know, ego and pride. So it looks like the need to consistently sacrifice came at the expense of your pride here. Because like you wanted to be prideful of like, I can do anything, I can sacrifice anything, and I'm going to maintain my peace. I felt that there was one more in here that wanted to come out for you, Capricorn. The Empress. Yeah, in love. That in order to love, you know, the divine feminine energies, that some sort of sacrifice is consistently needing to be taken. Whether this is worshiping the divine feminine in yourself or worshiping, you know, a divine feminine. Because this, and Capricorn, you know, you are the divine masculine energies. And this is when the divine masculine bows to the divine feminine. So it looks like, it's like you constantly have had to bow and make some sort of sacrifice in order for there to, you know, like you felt that that is the way to keep peace in some sort of way. All right, what is the light energy here? Coming out stuck, but kind of upright. We have, you know, Iliumize, which is the heart chakra, using fair motion and quick attack. Like when I felt the quick attack energy, it was like things quickly happen that cause this. And we have fair motion. So this is something where, you know, I mean, it has to do with the heart chakra, but fair motion, right? Or like pheromones, like the motions that happen with pheromones. And, you know, it's basically how we were talking about the internalizing of thing, right? Keeping the peace on the outside causes disruption on the inside, right? And what is that going to do? It's going to influence your pheromones. It's going to, you know, influence your biochemistry, how your genes are being activated. Definitely some, you know, epigenetic environmental influences are going to be influenced on you. And it looks like you have been around, that you've been around feminine energy where it has to be worshipped, you know, and you as the divine masculine have to consistently be worshiping that. And, you know, it all comes at some sort of sacrifice to yourself. This is also one of my twin flame cards because it has like a twin looking like it called Volbeat. It says, its fragrance attracts a swarm of Volbeat. They draw over 200 patterns in the night sky. So it looks like this has been some sort of pattern with multiple people, right? Could be 200, but could be less, right? But it looks like there's definitely a pattern that you are noticing, right? It's like all of these lights are ding, ding, ding on, and you're seeing this pattern through all relationships that you've had with divine feminine figures of you just sacrificing, sacrificing, sacrificing to try to keep some sort of peace. What's the shadow here? Well, this one doesn't want to come out. Victini using side bolt. Yeah, I was really feeling this energy of like, the way in order to be properly worshipped is to not expect it. And then that way it comes as equals. But we have Victini using Cybolt. So this is in the root chakra. So definitely, you know, heavily rooted where this is. And the root chakra can be, you know, it's like what you eat, what you drink, your sleeping patterns, and what makes you feel safe, right? Your environment in order to feel safe. So I feel like this has to do with some sort of sense of safety that is really in your root and how you are rooted, right? How you were born, how, you know, what sustains you, so to speak, right? That's the shadow part of this. And it's a Cybolt. So it does look like there is some sort of psychic, like, doom that has to do with your root chakra as well, of not feeling safe. It looks like a psychic connection that you have shared. It says, when it shares the infinite energy it creates, this being's entire body will be overflowing with power. So yeah, for a lot of you, this is some sort of, you know, divine counterpart, because it does talk about that infinite energy. So it looks like there may have been some sort of relationship where the only time that you were able to have, you know, the infinite energy of love or whatever flowing through your body is at, you know, with some type of sacrifice. Not coming from, you know, Leo, that's that solar plexus energy of like, this is who I am, this is what I stand for, right? That ego energy. So it's like, in order to feel this proper ego, it's at some sort of sacrifice. And that is not what you want in your root chakra to be sustaining you. All right, Capricorn, let's see what needs to die in this situation. Whew. I won't cry for you. I had a feeling that this was going to come out, because at the beginning I heard like, I'm not going to cry about this. So this feeling that like, you're not going to cry, it needs to go. You need to cry, right? You need to emotionally regulate. The way in order to get these stagnant waters and emotions healthfully out of your body is to cry. It is a necessary bodily function. That's why our bodies are made to do that. And Capricorn, you are, you know, an earth sign, so you're very tapped into, you know, the physical world, and you can ask any doctor, anything, if crying is healthy. And it is. It's the body's response to stress and trauma and anger, and holding those things inside is not doing you any good. So let's see what needs to die here. Yeah, and it's the card 22, and 2-2 is always about, you know, relationships. 2 is two people coming together. So it's like a repeating pattern in these relationships of like, nope, I'm not going to cry about it, da 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 da. We have the Knight of Earth. This is Virgo energy. So this is, you know, moving forward even when there is blockades. So it's time to stop moving forward even when you have these blockages, right? The blockages are there to teach you something. And instead of just picking up the gate and moving it aside and being like, nope, you know, whatever sort of blockage in my root chakra, in my sacral, in my heart, whatever it may be, whatever blockages is there, you can't just keep picking up the, you know, the fence and just moving past it, right? At some time you have to be able to get off that horse and stop that traveling when it comes to just going is what I'm hearing. What's the light energy here? Whew, yeah, so the Tangela going right to Victini here. This is Tangela using absorb. So this is absorbing energy from the heart chakra through entanglements, right? So this goes both ways, like whether you are absorbing energy from, you know, somebody else's heart chakra or someone is absorbing it from yours, right? Like, I mean, cords go both ways. It just depends on who is stronger at the moment. But, you know, this is absorbing some sort of energy, or that you need to absorb energy from others when you're not, you know, dealing with these blockages that you have, especially when it comes to Virgo energy. And Virgo is day-to-day activities, service to others, and health. Whew, I thought I had to sneeze. Whenever I sneeze, it means something really wants to come out. But anyway, Tangela, like I said, this is all about entanglements of the heart chakra and how that energy is being absorbed. It says, it tangles any moving thing with its vines. Their subtle shaking is ticklish if it gets ensnared. Yeah, so if you can see in here, okay, I thought she was holding rose, but she's holding blood, right? She's crying blood. This is like, that's the thing, like, it's affecting your blood. It's affecting your health, it seems, the way that you are holding things on the inside. So be careful with that. So if any of you have, you know, blood issues, then no, it's because you need to deal with these blockages that are in your heart chakra. Whew. What's the shadow? And it talks about entangling anything. So it's not about, you know, like I'm going to get more and get into a new entanglement because you feel this need to receive some sort of love by just sacrificing everything. It's like, oof. We have flash energy in reverse, trainer using maintenance in reverse, and furret using buried treasure hunt. So what I'm getting here with this flash energy in reverse, there's something, this is not going to be happening quickly, right? This is not a, like, oh, okay, I'm going to, you know, study this for a week and there it is. That's not how it is, right? This is a constant effort of healing yourself from these blockages. This isn't going to be like, oh, I found the blockage, I'm healed. This is by consciously choosing to heal patterns that no longer serve you, that are making you sick every single day until you've, you know, raised your vibration so much you're like, wow, I'm so different. You know, sometimes that can take a month. Sometimes that can take a year, right? This is not something that is going to happen in a flash. So what needs to die is any sort of, you know, anyone trying to promise you that, oh yeah, that can be done in a jiffy. Just do that. Like, no, that is not how these things are solved. With trainer using maintenance in reverse, right? Trainer always means the other person. I do feel like for some of you, it can be your twin or your divine counterpart, where it's like, you know, they are not going to fix this. And it can just mean in general that, you know, nobody else can fix this. No one else can do maintenance on this problem except you. This is not something that you can rely on someone else to do for you, especially those who are saying like, oh yeah, I have the answer. It's like this, it's quick. So yeah. Then we have furret using buried treasure hunt. So this is something that is very, very, very deep. You know, furret is going very quickly down the hole. Okay. So that's another thing, is that, you know, if you go down this hole and just get stuck there, right there, I mean, it's going to be a deep adventure, but there's a buried treasure there, right? There's something that you are going to find that is, you know, very good for you, but it's not going to happen super quickly. You can go as fast as you want, but it's still a deep hole. Okay, so make sure you pace yourself out and get off the horse a while, because you need a rest. You really do. It says the mother puts its offspring to sleep by curling up around them. It corners foe with speed. So this can definitely be a mother wound, which, considering Capricorn, you are the divine masculine. So, you know, how you end up holding the divine masculine energies in balance in our world is usually because there's some feminine energy that you know, wasn't quite right. So you really had to step up and be the masculine energies. That's that stability, right? That's, you know, being the one that you can always count on, being the one who always has their stuff together, being the one who always has the money. Like, there is definitely some sort of mommy wound around this where, you know, you really had to step it up. And Capricorn, there's a reason why you rule, you know, the patriarchy and social structures and wealth accumulation, because you embody them. And it's beautiful, but it's looking like you really need to, you know, go on this journey, go deep, but you need to get off the horse because, and cry. I would say go under a tree. Trees love tears. Whew, gotta drink some water. Wow, and some dripped. Yeah, trees do love tears. All right, let's see what should be reborn here. I'm gonna put on some light. Yeah, let's get some light in here. What should be reborn? Clearly, like, looking on the light side of things, okay? Going right to this and absorb, we have downcast pride in reverse. You don't have to not be prideful in some sort of way, right? You definitely, the way that you've pushed down your pride, right? Because you seem prideful on the outside, like, look, I can handle anything, right? But inside, it's a diminishing of pride because you're not being your authentic self. You're not being who you truly are. You are sacrificing who you truly are in order to, you know, worship these divine feminine energies, right? And that's the flow of things. That's the spontaneity and sort of chaotic energy that needs the divine masculine to bring it to structure. So, you know, the way, it's not about not having any sort of pride or not being proud of who you are. It's about changing how you are proud about yourself, not because you can take all the abuse and stay peaceful on the outside. It's that you finally will show your energy of, this is who I am, and like, you will respect me. Why? Because I'm fucking Capricorn. That's why. Woo! All right, let's see. What should be reborn here? That wanted to take quite the tumble. It come out stuck, but then it went upright. We have the Knave of Air. This is learning communication, more mental processes, right? It's not the Queen or King. This is a little bit lighter energy. How to keep things light. How to, you know, dance to your own beat, no matter what you're doing. Like, this is a mechanic. He has a little, I thought it was a little teddy bear in his pocket, but you know what I mean? He's singing, he's dancing, he is, you know, his AirPods are on, he don't fucking care what anyone is saying around him, excuse my language. Like, this is really learning to dance to your own beat and be proud of who you are, right? And not what anyone else is saying. Like, who do you want to listen to, right? Who do you want to listen to? What messages are in these, you know, headphones that you are listening to? Your mental processes, your internal voice. It's really time to tune inward and block the rest of the world out and be like, nah, I'm going to be prideful of who I am. You don't have to push yourself down anymore, Capricorn. What's the light energy here? Fighting energy in reverse and Swirlix using tackle. So what I'm getting is this does not have to be some sort of huge fight. It really does not have to be a fight, right? Fighting energy in reverse. Don't take it that you have to combat others, right? Just unapologetically be yourself. And if people don't, you know, deal with that in your one-on-one relationships, then you just tackle it when it happens if people don't respect you. And part of the pride is going to be like, well, okay, then I don't need you in my life. I'm not going to argue about it. Like, I'm listening to my internal calling. We have Swirlix here, which is also like a candy Pokemon, like super cute and sweet. So like, you don't have to be hyper sweet about it, and you don't have to fight. It's just like, tackle it as it comes. Like, all right, well, you don't like who I truly am. Well, then bye. I'm not going to listen to you. It says, to entangle its opponents in battle, it extrudes white threads as sweet as sticky as cotton candy. Woo! To entangle its opponents in battle. So it looks like these entanglements that you get, it doesn't have to be free of the sweet and sticky liquids, okay? Woo, Capricorn. I mean, it is Scorpio season. I forgot to mention, you know, Scorpio rules death and rebirth, so there is that sexual element. Scorpio does rule sex and the genitals, but it looks like, woo, it looks like make love, not war. What's the shadow here? What is being rebirthed here? What's the shadow? Yeah, in the root chakra. This is mid-air strike. So this is definitely some fiery energy, right? And the roots, the root is, you know, like I mentioned, what sustains you, right? It's your food and drink and sleep and safety. It's also your, you know, kundalini, basically, the dormant kind, right? When it's just the urge to come, not, you know, like the animalistic primal urge to have that release, not the sacral chakra where you need to connect with someone, right? So yeah, it looks like this does not necessarily have to be a connection with, like, woof. I have a feeling there's going to be some astral energy here for some of you, but let me just put that sexy stuff aside. We have mid-air strike. So this is really, you know, because it's happening in the root chakra, a mid-air strike. And because it has to do with air, I always take it as communication, right, of air. There's going to be some sort of like breakage in the root that is going to help you. Like, what I'm hearing is cut it off at the root. That's how you do the communication. You just cut it at the root of, like, all right, I'm not going to fight. You don't have to be overly sweet. Like, I'm not going to fight with you. You know, I respect you. I love you, whatever it may be. But if you don't love me for who I am, then okay. It says it's kicking mastery. It's kicking mastery lets it lose 10 kicks per second. Lets it loose. Okay, I think there's a typo on this one. Lets it loose 10 kicks per second. It emits sharp cries to intimidate foes. So, okay, yeah, that was very wordy and weird. So I feel like, you know, it has to do with, like, you know, don't fight about it, but also don't be sweet. Like, be very careful about what you say, especially because we are still in Mercury retrograde, right? This card has a typo in it. It talks about 10 kicks per second. It's being very, like, specific about things, about how things are going to happen and things of that nature. And it emits sharp cries to intimidate foes. So there is some way to cause some sort of intimidation here. It looks like that can be rebirthed in order to kind of, like, set someone and be like, hey, I'm not fighting, but, like, also, you know, I'm going to be me. I'm just going to listen to my voice now and see what happens. Whew. Wow, Capricorn. That was intense. I'm not doing an extended for this segment, but I am offering this as my Scorpio season special. So if you are interested in a private reading of this nature, feel free to email me at sachithescorpioservices@gmail.com. It is $33.33. I am doing the first 10 spots that get taken. So if you want to email me, email me. All right, let's see here. What does Capricorn need to hear? You're already doing it in reverse here, going right to the crying. Yeah, you have not been crying towards the situation, right? You've definitely been trying to maintain some sort of peace and stature on the outside. It is time to cry. You need to emotionally regulate, and you have not been doing it, but, you know, it's time. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north. So it does look like, you know, this is time to cry about it and to think about it. The things that you have been, you know, ignoring thinking about, or the things that you haven't emotionally regulated, it is really time to start doing that. It does talk about keep facing your true north, right? So definitely take a look at your north node in your chart for help here. But it looks like right now it's like, you know, soul mission. Like, now's the time to release. Like, you don't have to keep going towards your soul mission. If you've been working, you know, really hard, now is the time to emotionally regulate everything that has happened. Wow. Inner temple. Yes. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart, going right to the cycle. Your temple, your inner temple, right? Your body is your temple and your spirit is your inner temple. So how have these things of not crying and releasing, how has this, you know, influenced your body, right? There is some sort of devotion that you are being asked to do, and tuning into the portal of your heart to truly listen, so that you don't have to absorb from others, or that so others aren't consistently absorbing from you. Tune in. Tune in. All right, Capricorn. Like I said, if you're interested in this spread, feel free to email me. And this was a doozy, you guys. I am sending you so much love, a big hug, and a kiss on your third eye. Mwah.